In my previous high-level presentation to senior management, I identified threat actors such as advanced persistent threat groups, cyber terrorism, script kiddies, cyber criminals, hacktivists, and insider threat actors. In this presentation, I will go a little deeper to look at possible attack vectors used by these threat actors and potential vulnerabilities in the healthcare system that they may exploit. Some of the potential system attacks that can be used against the hospital are: one, a ransomware, which is a malware designed to deny a user or organization access to files on their computers by encrypting these files and demanding a ransom payment for the decryption key. Cyber attackers place organizations in a very awkward position where paying the ransom is the only way out to gain access back to their files. And cyber criminals use this a lot. The next one is malware. Malware can be a code or a file and is typically delivered over a network that infects, explores, steals, or conducts virtually any behavior an attacker wants it to do. Due to the fact that malware comes in many variants, there are numerous methods to infect computer systems. And so the hospital should watch out for attack that can be exploited by threat actors such as hacktivists, and they have used it before. The third one is the most serious threat a script kiddie poses is through the use of social engineering. A script kiddie lacks the knowledge to create software or exploit vulnerabilities, and so to compensate for it, they go to social engineering by creating simple websites and luring their victims to entering information in there that they can then use to attack the system through fake emails and specifically spear phishing. The next potential threat is the distributed denial of service attack, which is a malicious attempt to disrupt the normal traffic of a targeted server, service, or network by overwhelming the target or its surrounding infrastructure with a flood of internet traffic. Cyber terrorists may carry out this kind of attack simply to make a statement, have fun by exploiting the cyber weaknesses, or express disapproval. The fifth one is a supply chain attack, which is a new one that hospitals have suffered in recent months and years. What happens if attackers don't target the hospital directly? What if they go for one of their providers instead? Maybe the medical equipment manufacturer, or maybe farther back than that. We usually tend to think about cyber criminals stealing and selling data for financial gains. Any malfunction of such a device can be life-threatening. It has been proven that this malfunction can be caused remotely. Advanced persistent threat groups are well known for using this kind of attack, as they did with the SolarWinds hack some few months back. And finally, the last one is a structured query language injection attack, which consists of the insertion of SQL query via the input data from the client side of the application. Imagine someone from inside the hospital using SQL injection attack to get more information or issue commands that would generate required data or escalate privileges and mine more information that they can later on use to sell from a disgruntled employee or somebody who has knowledge about the working operation of the organization. The difference between threat and vulnerability. Threat and vulnerability are the most commonly mixed up security terms. It should not be a surprise for people who are outside the IT field to mix these two up. But in any case, a threat is defined as a newly discovered incident with the potential of harming the system. This threat carries with them the capability to disrupt or cause harm to the system of the hospital. Vulnerabilities, on the other side, are weaknesses or holes that the threat actors can exploit to cause harm. The two are therefore very different. Other attack vectors that these threat actors may use are rootkits and DNS tunneling by APTS groups, viruses and address resolution protocol poisoning by cyber terrorists, spear phishing and voice phishing or vishing are well suited for script kiddies. Web-based attacks and credential stuffing suits cyber criminals. Doxing and web defacement attacks are used by hacktivists. And lastly, brute force attack and man-in-the-middle attack to be utilized by insider threat actors.